Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for my third dev blog. This one is going to be a little bit more in depth than the last one, still less involved than the first one, but I have some announcements if you're interested in following what I'm doing at all. So first, just some updates on what I've been doing. I have been working to essentially what I'm trying to do is scale down my original idea. I originally wanted to create this sweeping campaign mod, and I still think I'm planning on doing that, but I decided I was going to try to lower the scale to begin with. I was going to create one level that focused on these army rangers and fighting the flood and whatever, just to see if it was fun. I suspect it will be, just because ultimately it's Halo. I'm not really changing any of the mechanical stuff of it. I'm just sort of putting the parts that already exist in different configurations. So anyways, I scaled this down. What I decided to do was I was going to take the level high ground, which, in case you're unfamiliar, is that asymmetric map from Halo 3. It's got the wall in the middle. It's got the beach. Actually, I can show you some of the stuff here. It's got this beach area, and then up here, we can move up a little bit. You see there's a little bunker, and there's some stuff up there. These little green guys will show you what those are in just a minute. But basically, what was going to happen was you would start here. I was going to have a cinematic where a pelican dropped you off. You would get off as an Army Ranger with some of your other Army Ranger friends, and you would push into the facility. And then I was toying with the idea of maybe in the back area having a door that would connect you to a different map, where you went inside and fought like a boss creature or something. But to begin with, I was just like working to get the AI working and just seeing how this sort of thing could work out for me. And as you can see, I've got some NPCs here. These are essentially Marines. I mean, they've got the Army Ranger skin that I've put together, but they're essentially Marines. They will be on your team. They won't shoot you. I still need to work on some pathfinding sort of stuff, but I think that's going to be kind of put on hold for a second, and I'll get into why that is in a little bit. But then I also was able to put some enemy AI on, and they actually respond to me, and they will chase me. They won't do anything yet. Again, I think I need pathfinding. As you can see, these Marines being on my team are fighting back, which is very cool. But as of right now, as of right now, these guys are literally just Marines. That's all they are. They're just different colors. And then we have some flood back here that I was able to put in. And that was that. The other thing that I did was I also was able to, in case you didn't notice, I've changed the skybox for this level. I've actually switched it out with the campaign skybox from what's that level called? It's the flood one in Halo 3. We have to go in Voy. But anyways, so that's the skybox from here now. And then I've also adjusted the lighting so that you get the like foggy sort of feel as well, which I thought was pretty cool. And that's pretty much as far as I've gotten. You can see there's sort of this lighting issue where if you look down, the lighting breaks. I'm not 100% sure why that is. But that's all kind of a moot point at this juncture, because I have a little bit of news. So because the Master Chief Collection was recently updated, apparently all of this work that I've done is no good. I basically got to restart it in some way. I'm not 100% sure on how this affects what I've been doing, but essentially, from what I understand, updating the MCC causes every mod for the MCC to break. I think that's something that they're working on, but at this juncture, that's just the way it's shaking out. Oh, that's fun. So what I am planning to do, because part of this update was to release the ODST mod tools, is I'm actually going to switch from Halo 3 into ODST. And the reason I'm doing this is because ODST has a lot of things that I was already really interested in having in my mod built into it. So it has the whole like health pack sort of system in it already, so I don't have to try to figure out how to shoehorn that into Halo 3. It now has Flood and enemy elites in it, so those are already baked into into ODST now, which is very cool. One, just as somebody who really enjoys ODST, but also as the modder, like those things are in there now, so I don't have to mess around with stuff. They've also got some cool lighting effects for the ODST flood fight, the flood firefight version. Some cool lighting effects. They have actually some fresh new flood enemies. They have the ODST flood and the civilian flood as well. So that'll be super cool to play with those things. And then also, because my original idea had a lot of like urban environments in it, ODST, all of it is urban, right? Well, except the Lost Platoon, but that's like a zoo. But like there's lots of maps that have buildings and roadways and stuff like that, so I can put that stuff all together. So I'm having to do even less work now, which I think is really cool. And I'll be able to put something together without, trying to reinvent the wheel on a lot of stuff. So I think some of the challenges that I'm going to have, one is just making sure that things look the same as they have been. I've been running into, I just killed them all, so I can't even show you. I've been running into this issue where, I'll see if I can actually come over here. Is this a flood or is this a guy? Okay, so you can't really see it here. But the helmets that I'm importing, they're coming out of Blender and they're not... Blender is essentially doing something where each polygon that makes up the objects that I put into it as their own like thing. They're not connected to the greater whole in a way. So when I'm importing them back into Halo, they're having like... There's like a lot of like chunkiness to them, I guess. Like each plane has its own like shape instead of being like this smooth like helmet shape. So I'll have to figure out if that is the same thing that's happening in ODST as well. Also, I'll have to make sure that everything, like I said, matches all the stuff, which I think will be easy because I'll show you what I can do. I think this will work. I think what I can do is if I go into my Halo editing kit, and actually another benefit of doing this update is that I can organize stuff a little bit better because I kind of know what's happening now. What I can do is I can actually go into where I've saved all my things, and I can just cut the file out, right? So I can just cut this, put it on my desktop, delete everything else, reinstall it, and start from fresh, but also be able to import these things back in without having to recreate the wheel. So I'll still be able to see all the things and whatnot. So that'll be cool. Hopefully that works out the way I'm imagining it. But so yeah, that's what I've been working on. I know it's not groundbreaking necessarily because all I did was change a map to night, I guess. But I've been working on this a few minutes a night for several weeks, kind of in between mental health crises and grading. So, it's coming along, things are happening, and I'm very excited for where this is going to go, especially with ODST. I was so excited to hear that they released the modding tools for that. That's going to give me a lot more super cool options for making these things happen. So, thanks again for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think, what you thought of my idea here, and what you think about going to ODST going forward. One last thing for my channel as a whole and not just my dev stuff. I do have my next video essay written, or at least the first draft of it. I do have to do the recording and everything. These dev blogs, as you can tell, are just me winging it, but my essays, I want to make sure I sound intelligent, because the stuff I'm talking about are like real things. So that should be coming out maybe in the next month. I don't know. Things are slow during school, so it is what it is. All right, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I don't know, do your part. Be nice to somebody out there. Later.